Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing, love the way you look in the mirror, and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food, it's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Today is Monday, guys, new week, and as you can hear, I'm super excited because today I'm finally finishing the launch, it's launching today, of Food School. Everything you want to know about eating. Everything, the whole idea behind the Food School that is going to be online school about food. The whole idea is to teach you, first of all, the first course is going to be dedicated to the basics of healthy eating. So what is healthy eating? What is healthy and unhealthy food? Why are calories there? Do you need to count calories? What are the essential vitamins and minerals that you absolutely need to get from your food on a regular basis? What are about all these diets? Do you need to follow any diet to stay healthy? What foods are processed? What foods are unprocessed? And can healthy food be processed and unhealthy food be unprocessed? How to read nutrition labels and what really matters on those labels and what you should take with a grain of salt. So all of that you're going to learn. And also what's really cool and really important, you're going to learn the basics of meal planning, shopping, cooking simple meals. And I want to stress it out that simple meals, not some complicated chef-like meals. No, we are not trying to become chefs on Healthy Eating 101. We are trying to master our plate, to have the most energy, the most vitality, the most health, to feel our best, look our best, and perform our best on all levels. And all of that you can only achieve through practice. And that's going to be the most important thing about Healthy Eating 101 course that I'm going to be teaching. And then on Food School, you're gonna find the link in the show notes, not today, probably tomorrow, to Food School, where you can sign up for Healthy Eating 101 and all the other courses that's going to be in the school. So the school is going to be dedicated to healthy eating and food and nutrition, and I'm gonna invite a lot of different teachers from different fields like low carb diets, plant-based diets, fasting, meal planning. We're gonna have a course that is dedicated solely to meal planning, especially if you're someone who have a very busy schedule and needs to learn how to meal prep, meal plan, and how to eat on the go all the time. So we're gonna have the best teachers, the best voices in the field of nutrition and healthy eating in Food School, and that's gonna be launched today. And it's going to be on for a long time. That's a project that I'm super excited about, and I've been waiting to create something like that for a while. A place where you go to learn everything you want to know about eating from the best voices in the industry. So that's what's coming up this week. Monday, it's the time to start things, healthier habits, healthier routines, to try new healthy food, to leave the unhealthy food that might be ruining your health behind. And on the subject of habits, guys, I work with a lot of people. I coach clients from different walks of life when it comes to healthy eating, nutrition, healthy lifestyle, their goals. Some people want to lose weight. Some people really want to get more energy because they feel like they don't have enough to live the life that they want to live. They always tired. And a lot of it, most of it has to do with the food and the lifestyle, of course. So anyway, people come from different walks of life and they have different ideas about how healthy lifestyle, healthy eating works. And a lot of people, I don't think I ever used to be that way actually when it comes to healthy eating and healthy habits, but a lot of people who come to me think that this is a temporal thing. Like, let's take weight loss, for example, or energy. It's kind of similar, really, the way you approach both goals, except that you don't weigh yourself. So people come to me and they think that this is a temporal thing, that they do certain things for a while, for a week, for a month, for a year, and then they reach their goal and then they can do whatever. Then you can go to whatever habits you used to have before and you were comfortable with. But guys, do not make this mistake. It doesn't work like this. If you want a certain body, if you want a certain energy level on a regular basis, you got to maintain your lifestyle. Now, that being said, recovering from not having it is a little bit more difficult and challenging, but maintenance mode is not what you used to do when you got in trouble in the first place. You got to change your lifestyle, your habits for life if you want to change your energy levels or the way you look for life. It's not some quick thing that, again, you do for a month or a couple of months. If you change your habits and you get the results and then you change your habits back to what they were, you're going to get the same results. Like, you got into trouble for some reason because you were doing something. Not because something happened once, not because you ate one cookie once. No, because you have these habits that are consistent, and that's how you put on 10, 15, 20 pounds, sometimes more. And that's how you got in the place where your body cannot produce the energy that you want for life, or your body doesn't have the health that you want to have the lifestyle, the life that you want, and enjoy your life to the fullest. Your habits bring results. And again, if you want to change the result that you're getting right now for good, for life, then you gotta change your lifestyle for good. And you gotta do certain things on a regular basis. And you gotta forget the idea that you do something for a while and then you can go back to eating crap and not sleeping enough and not following a healthy lifestyle, not eating your vegetables, not eating your meats and fish and variety of different healthy foods that help your body to maintain health and high energy levels. Like, that is not how the world works. And not just for health, but also for your business, for your financial life. If you don't have good financial habits, if you didn't learn how to, I'm still learning it, by the way, if you didn't learn how to build your business, how to make money, and how to keep that money, if you didn't learn the basics of financial literacy, then guess what, guys? You're gonna make money, you're gonna lose money. You're gonna create business, you're gonna lose that business. And that would happen to me quite a few times. And right now I'm actually learning to maintain that and grow and grow and grow. But that takes practice, everyday practice. And I know that if I get back to my old financial habits, then I'm gonna get broke again. And I don't want to be there. So that's why I'm working on growing in my business, in my financial life, changing my financial and business habits and my work habits. And I'm already getting a lot of results. But I also understand that if I go back to my old habits, old results will come back. And that's why people make money and lose money, create businesses and lose businesses. That's why people get healthier and get right back to being unhealthy. Because results that you get to keep for life take a lifetime of practice. Basically, you gotta change your lifestyle and the way you are, and really some traits of your personality if you want to get different results, if you want to have different life. So this is our Monday motivation, our Monday thoughts episode, and something for you to maybe think about even better, journal about it, and to see if you actually have that belief in your head, even if it's buried somewhere, that you think that this thing that you are doing to improve yourself in any way, it's a temporal thing. No, guys, if you want to keep results for life, it's not temporal. You got to figure out a way how to make it permanent. You got to figure out a way how it is sustainable for you. And again, getting there is not the same as maintaining it. Maintaining it usually is a bit easier, but you'll never be able to get back to your old habits if you want to keep the results for life. They're just not going to happen. And you got to make peace with that, and you got to really, really understand it and accept it to the very core of your being. So there is no thought anywhere at the back of your mind about ever being able to live your old life. If you're interested in growing and keeping the results of that growth, then you got to create a different lifestyle for your lifetime. And that's how it works. But besides that, guys, so your homework is to journal about it, about changing your lifestyle for a lifetime. Do not approach this lifestyle change to reach your goal as a temporal thing, unless it's an experiment that you really are just interested in seeing whether you can do it or not. But still, journal about it. Journal about your goals. Journal about your routines, the changes that you're trying to make, and whether you're trying to change your whole life for good or it's a temporal thing, and then act accordingly. Just, do what you gotta do, but based on that core understanding that in order to keep results for life, you gotta change your lifestyle for life too. That being said, what I was up this weekend, I was writing a blog. Most of the time on weekends, I write a blog. Nutrition, health, something that I've been thinking about, and some insights, some ideas that come to my mind. And then also I'm thinking about practical value that anyone can get from reading that post. So the post I wrote was about nutrition and ancestral wisdom and our nutrition science modern days. So the blog, I'm going to read from it to you because I believe it can benefit your eating habits a lot. Why nutrition is complicated and why your grandma knew it better. That is the title of my blog. Why nutrition is complicated and why your grandma knew it better. Here is the thing. Our Paleolithic ancestors and your grandma had no nutrition education and had no way of figuring out what to eat and what not to eat. Nor did they have an authority figure telling them what to eat and what not to eat. So what did they do to make sure to eat for health today and hopefully for a long productive life in the times when there was no extensive medical care able to treat diseases of their lifestyle if they had any? They relied on generational wisdom. They learned from their parents that learned from their parents that learned from their parents. You get the idea. They learned what was good to eat and what wasn't, what kept them fit and able to work hard to survive and what didn't, what they needed to eat regularly to prevent diseases and health hazards, very possibly death, caused by some deficiencies. Vitamins were not discovered till the beginning of the 20th century. There was no food marketing to make them confused, to sell them something they didn't need, or to demonize certain food or a food ingredient to prevent them from eating it, when it was obviously beneficial for health. So they just ate what made sense according to what they learned from their grandparents or village elders. Make sense so far? Just imagine what you would do if we didn't have nutrition facts labels or the whole supermarket thing and food available 24/7. And you had to rely solely on what was grown in your garden, on your farm, and what your mom taught you. Animals you raised, fish you caught, whatever you foraged. How would you know which mushroom could be a great source of nutrients with some beneficial to your gut fibers and which one could kill you? How would you know which foods you absolutely needed to eat for healthy bones and teeth, to have a healthy child? You'd probably learn from people who knew people with robust health, who shared what they ate. And that would be passed from generation to generation to create species that could survive and thrive. Basically, so you and I could exist. Make sense? And then a few generations later, you and I live in a world where even our parents hardly remember what their parents fed them and why. And that was such a time when we didn't need nutrition facts labels to count calories to make sure we eat the right amount of food. That there was time when nobody was telling us what nutrient was out there to kill us or what diet to follow to prevent overexpansion of our waistline. We think that generational nutrition wisdom is some fluff close to superstition beliefs, forgetting that it was formed by thousands of years of experience versus our modern nutrition, and that is about a century old. If we did more proper research of our generational eating habits, we could have avoided infant death caused by feeding them some advanced quote-unquote formula that your grandma would not even dare feed farm animals. We definitely could have avoided that much obesity if we didn't try to outsmart nature, replacing whole foods by some advanced, quote-unquote again, food-like products. And when people ask me these days, why do nutrition and healthy eating have to be that complicated? Vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K2, potassium, magnesium, calcium, some fats are essential, some are more like slowly killing poisons, some plants will make your gut ecstatic, and some plants are on a mission to bring you down. Why can't we just eat whatever, whenever, like our ancestors did? Only they didn't. They had 1,000-year-old experience to back up their eating habits. And to finish it off, I'm not reading you the whole thing. Follow the link in the show notes to read the whole blog. We argue a lot these days. Why is it we're seeing this health epidemic right now in our never has been that affluent before society? Obesity is skyrocketing along with diabetes, cancers, neurological and brain disorders, mental illnesses. There are many reasons for this, for sure. But might be one of them, we abandoned our generational eating habits as some ancient mythology, but we haven't quite figured out yet a better system to put in place of that. We think our food industry got us covered. Really? Most people in food industry have 0 to none nutritional education. And I want to read it again, guys. Most people from who you buy food in food industry have 0 to none nutritional education. Is that who you trust to make eating decisions for you? Food decisions? Health decisions? It's like going to a mechanic who has equal to yours knowledge of how a car works, expecting him to fix it and maintain it in a tip-top condition for life. Our body is an amazing machine that pretty much is maintaining itself, but only when provided the ingredients it needs, the conditions to thrive. And a side note, in a world of animal racing, horse racing, camel racing, dog racing, it is universally accepted that the better the food and living conditions you provide for the animal, the better it'll do in a race, and the closer it'll get to a state of peak performance. Human beings are kind of animals too, with a better operating system. So that's it for today, guys. Some food for thought. And to recap this episode, well, first of all, I want to stress it again. Do not trust food industry to make food decisions, eating decisions for you. They have more interest in selling you stuff, not in keeping you healthy for many years ahead. And most of them don't even know what that diet would look like, the diet that keeps you healthy for your whole life for many, many years. Just understand that most people in food industry, they're business people. They're not nutrition and health people. That is thing number one before you buy another food product that promises you tons and tons of benefits that have probably very poor basis, scientific basis backing it up. And then the second thing, understand that if you want different body, if you want different energy levels, if you want different health and fitness, quick think for a month, for a couple of months, for 3 months won't do that. You gotta figure out how to change your lifestyle for life. Journal about it. That's your assignment. And as usual, have an awesome week, guys. Today is Monday. And till next time, eat better daily.